letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of
Was he meant to send to Esther? And I am near the radio tower, so I believe I am supposed to go up there to end this. On a sudden light from heaven shone round. What? On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Bird eggs. Then I will follow this path, I believe. I can actually see this tower moving now while I walk, meaning that I am getting close to it. And it just doesn't just look like I am close.
Torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal as I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
Okay, here's another memento, possibly. No, this is only a candle. I think I can see someone there. I cannot get up.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And he was proceeding on his journey. But I actually think that I saw someone up here, but I wasn't allowed to get near them while they were there. Then they disappeared while I was walking around this, because that really looked like a humanoid shape. So that was maybe Esther. And has come near to damn us. And
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
and he was 3 days without sight, and neither did he eat nor drink. So is that after the accident, maybe?
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
And it came to pass that as I made my journey and was okay, I cannot read this. Suddenly, the shine from heaven, a great light round about me, and I could not see, I guess.
A gull perched on a spent bonnet, sideways, whilst the sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking, old bread and gull bones, old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink, old Esther walking with our children, old Paul as ever, old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off his lights alone.
That light being led by the hand of them. So he is starting to realize what has caused this. That were with me. Came into is that supposed to be damages? Or damaged, maybe? I can hear something up here. A gate, maybe? Or the fence is rustling.
I've run out of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. You've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
And then he jumps. Yes. There is something on the wall here. A great drawing. Whispering. Possibly from the hospital. As I can see the shadow of a bird here. It seems that may be the form he has taken now. Well, this was a great short game. Is there something else happening? I heard a little whisper. I don't see any signs of anything happening here. So I believe I am done with this game then. This was actually a pretty great story in this game. It was cryptic at first, but then it all came together in the end. So I guess this person who we were controlling ended up killing this Esther in a car accident while driving drunk, and then this island was formed from his guilt inside his head. And then we have gone through this story here. Since it seems that I am done with the game then, I believe I will just be saying goodbye.